Let's go. We got bowling, baby. We got Dreamer, baby. Bowling's, you know, kind of sitting on the floorboard there. We got Sun Bear, baby. We got Dragon T, baby. Risen. Nobody cares about it.
Risen doesn't get a baby?
Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes!
DeFi Kingdoms, baby. DeFi Kingdoms for beginners. Do you not know anything about crypto? I got you. DeFi, decentralized finance. You got kids, you got a wife. DeFi Kingdoms, billions of dollars with heroes. Yes, baby, why? Amazing. GQ bot, he does. Yes. You know there's no right or wrong way. Wonder where I'm at? Yes. Once upon a time, in the not too distant past. Baby, yes.
Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! Let's go. We got bowling, baby. We got Dreamer, baby. Bowling's, you know, kind of sitting on the floorboard there. We got Sun Bear, baby. We got Dragon T, baby. Risen. Nobody cares about it.
Risen doesn't get a baby?
Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes!
DeFi Kingdoms, baby. DeFi Kingdoms for beginners. Do you not know anything about crypto? I got you. DeFi, decentralized finance. You got kids, you got a wife. DeFi Kingdoms, billions of dollars with heroes. Yes, baby, why? Amazing. GQ bot, he does. Yes. You know there's no right or wrong way. Wonder where I'm at? Yes. Once upon a time, in the not too distant past. Baby, yes.
Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes! Right. Let's go. Look at this pure, good-looking hunk of man flesh on the screen right now. The gym.
What is happening? What is happening, my son?
How are you doing, my man? This guy, official partnership with Jets and Next Crypto Gym TV show, right? Some capacity. Okay. I love this guy. We were on a Twitter Spaces together one time. This guy.
Wednesday, wasn't it? Wednesday, just gone.
Yes. That was so fun. How often do you do that? Twitter?
Every Wednesday. So we have a community Twitter Spaces every single Wednesday. And we also bring a project on. So we try to educate people. It's all informative. You know, it's basically giving them an understanding of what is happening in the space, how they can build the skills they need to sort of survive. You know, it's quite tough, isn't it?
Right. It is. for new people coming in the space who doesn't know anything about crypto. It's like a foreign language.
Crazy.
That's a big part of your vision.
It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a whole world. It's a whole new world. And I get people in the real world asking me, how can I get involved? How can I make money? Can you show me? Can you tell me? And it's like, where do you even start? Like, where do you even start?
Right.
And I'm like, okay, well, research what is cryptocurrency, what is blockchain, Bitcoin, Ethereum, understand how to send funds, how to set up wallets, MetaMask, how to navigate the UI within the space. And they're like, well, show me. And I'm like, well, I just did tell you. And it's like, you can only, it's like, there's only so many hours in the day. I'm like, somebody messaged me the other day. Every day I get DMs, like ding, 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 non-stop. And some of the questions people are asking, like, you know, I want to help people, but there's only so many hours in the day. And I think we're all tied from pillar to post. We're on a thin thread, hanging on to our sanity. I mean, you were telling me before that you were doing an 8-hour stream yesterday and you're like on the ropes now. And I get it.
Oh my gosh. Waking up, it's like I either get 0 hours of sleep, okay, which when that'll happen for several days in a row. And then I finally slept well for the last 3 nights. It's amazing. Yes. Having an 8-hour so first I went on a stream last night with KLAY, baby. Good guy, awesome guy. You'd love the guy. Okay. And we went for about 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 35 minutes is what it was. Or 2 hours, 25 minutes. Then immediately I started another stream with Kong, and that one went for 5 hours and 25 minutes. Because people started hopping in, like big stud crypto guys. And it's like, hey, it's kind of like right now. Let's imagine if we went and we're just in the zone. We're clicking because, you know, you did tell your wife and kids, if you want to stream with me, it's like a minimum of 5 hours, right?
Yeah. This is it.
Kidding. No. Let's just say we're hitting it off. We're going. We're going for like an hour to 2 hours. And then all of a sudden, Sunny D hits us up and says, hey, I want to jump on. And then all of a sudden, Jet hits us up and says, hey, I want to jump on. It's like,
I get it. You have to go with the flow. You have to go with the flow. And I think this is something people need to understand as well, is that some days can be so full on. It could be like 24/7, can't it? But then other days can be quiet. And it's almost like being sort of self-employed or being an entrepreneur. It's like there's no written rules on what is going to happen. You are just sort of going with it. And as you said, when opportunities arise, and obviously you're running a podcast, and if you get big players coming on, tuning in, then you've got to make the most of that opportunity. And this is what we're trying to tell people about crypto is when those opportunities come, you've just got to make the most out of them. And it isn't just about taking risk. It's about understanding opportunity. It's about managing risk. And all of this, what we do, you know, I'm in a similar boat to you, slightly different how we operate at the Gem Hunters, but I watched your stream earlier on and yesterday, and I really like what you're doing. And Twitter Spaces was funny on Wednesday. I mean, you were the first person to sort of come in. I thought, who is this guy? And we had a good laugh, didn't we? We had a good laugh.
I love it. Man, so is that... Okay, so you have a YouTube channel. So by the way, all his links in the description below. I've been watching his YouTube channel a little bit here lately. But what would you say is your main focus here? Does the Gem Hunters also have a YouTube channel?
Yeah. So let me explain this.
Okay.
The Gem Hunters is the main focus. It's all about the Gem. It's all about the Gem Hunters. What I'm doing on my own YouTube channel is just talking about my personal trades. So, and I'm also, what it is I don't want to confuse people. And I have got a massive passion with trading, the psychology behind the whole mindset, how you've got to build a mindset, how you've got to structure all these good habits, formulate these routines. I mean, it's a lifestyle. Crypto is a lifestyle. And people like talk to me in the real world as if, just tell me what to do and I'll just jump in and I'll just do that. And it's like, it's not like that. It's a whole new life. I mean, look at the average person. They're Netflix and chilling through life. They're living the it's the rat race lifestyle. I can't wait for Friday. I can't wait to get a takeaway. I can't wait to put Netflix on. I can't wait to chill. This weekend will be nice, and I might go out for a few drinks. And I mean, I'm not sure about in America, but in the UK, the culture is like very get drunk all the time, go out, and just don't really take care of yourself. And I think this whole people go to the gym a lot more now and take care of themselves more. But this is a very new kind of culture that's sort of come in. I mean, it's only the last 4 to 5 years that the gym has been such a big thing. Before that, nobody takes care of themselves. And, you've got just people just sort of are just blowing around in the wind. And I was telling someone the other day that I watched a video on YouTube. I do a lot, I'm obsessed with self-improvement, absolutely obsessed. And a lot of people in crypto aren't they? People, they want to do the best for themselves. They want to better their lives, their family's life, their kids, and they want a better future. And with all this, you sort of go down the rabbit hole of self-improvement videos. And I was, you know what I mean? Like, all I watch on telly is documentaries on how I can, do better at the gym or eat healthier or improve my lifestyle. And I watched this one about how 95% of people haven't got goals. They haven't got any goals. And that is like the absolute number one most important thing. Because if you haven't got goals, where are you even going? You don't even know where you're going. Life's just blowing you around back and two. You never know where you're going to end up.
Right.
So the number one most important thing that I preach at all times is have goals. You speak to anyone, but if you do speak to people in out there, most people are going to make something up on the spot. They haven't got solid concrete goals, and it's not about you telling other people. It's not about you being able to, I've got goals. Everyone, it's about you telling yourself in your head and you working towards them and having something that you're working towards. That is amazing. And that for me is life. But 10 years ago, I couldn't have, I was the same as everyone else. You know what I mean? I didn't have any goals. I was a bit overweight. I was working a 9 to 5 job and didn't know what I was doing and why. I had no purpose, no belief system. And it's just really sad because I think most people go down that kind of, they get lost in the rat race. They're keeping up with the Joneses. They're watching what everyone else is doing. And they're not focused on what they're actually doing and what they actually want. And once you start doing that, your life will change exponentially, dramatically, and almost overnight, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. You look like, are you a CrossFitter?
No, I actually, cheers, bro. I appreciate the fucking compliment.
You look pretty jacked there, looking pretty good. Oh,
yeah, I'm trying. It's more weightlifting, bro. If I'm honest with you, I don't do much cardio, but I should. I'm trying to. Listen, I'm trying to do 10 minutes cardio every workout because it's helping me. Yeah.
Yes,
you can't just lift weights and that's it. You got to do some cardio. Cardio is so important.
Right. So, man, it's such a long story of how I'm such a mental head case. I don't even know if we should dive into that. But man, I love it.
Yeah, we should.
Oh my gosh. I think we would have like a 14-hour long video if we went there.
Bro, like, we could easily sit here talking for 2 days straight. I could sit here talking to you about all the things that I believe in and all the things that I'm doing and my goals and my passion and how hungry I am, how motivated, how enthusiastic I am. I could sit here for a week, and so could you. But the average person couldn't. Probably couldn't even talk for a minute about fucking what they want in life. This is what I'm saying. So the whole difference between me having a YouTube channel is I'm talking about all of this, and I'm quite passionate about this, and I can't do that on the Gem Hunters because. If I'm honest with you, it's all about the gem hunters. Okay. The gem hunters is the main thing. My YouTube is a sub thing. So I'd rather people focus on the gem hunters. If they want to follow me, that's completely fine. You will get a lot of value from that because I'm talking about my personal journey. But the gem hunters as a whole is a huge team of people. It's a huge community. It's a family. It's a cult. It's a belief system. It's a support system.
Yeah.
We're warriors, mate.
I love it, dude. And I'm like, oh, I'm on your Telegram right now. And that, oh my gosh, your Telegram is crazy.
We don't fuck around, mate. We don't fuck around.
Same with this Shiny D, Shiny Riggins. He was on with you. Do you guys do this together sometimes?
Yeah. So Shiny reached out to me about probably 6 months ago, and yeah, I'm sort of like he sees me as what does he say now? Sort of like, remember on the spaces he was talking about it.
Yeah.
He sort of sees me as a kind of teacher because Shiny's been in the space since 2020.
Okay.
But no, that's still fairly, it's still fairly new. I mean, you've been through one cycle there. I mean, Shiny is absolutely amazing. He's
just one of a kind, man. It's like, and I love Altfather too. Those guys. I think I'm getting them on this week too.
Yeah, Altfather's great. They run a spaces together.
Yeah.
But I think what's really important is to place yourself around people like that because they say that you are the result of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But I don't think it's just about spending time with those people. I think it's about consuming their content as well. So you could sit on YouTube watching, fitness gurus or motivational speakers, and it could be somebody that you can relate to, somebody that you can really tap into, and then you can feed off their energy, off their enthusiasm, off their perspective. And I think it's really important that that you place yourself with people who are on a similar journey or have a similar purpose, but are slightly ahead on that journey. Then you can tap into that and get into their slipstream. And then you see a lot of people in life. You get to sort of your late 20s. As a guy, you look back and say, what have I even done? What have I achieved? I think as a guy, we all do that. And
sure.
We got 9 till 5 job. You got kids, a house. Good for you. But it's not like you haven't achieved anything, have you? That no one else has. Everyone else has done that. So when you look at how important it is to be around those kinds of people who are achieving, pushing, you start to understand what is possible. And once you get that wake-up call, it's like a drug. And once you tap into that, you just want more. And you start feeding off their kind of outlook on life. And you start to understand that there's so much more out there. I feel like most people are confined by restrictions that they've put on themselves, because a lot of it is where they've placed themselves. And if you're around people who are just existing, happy to just plod on, then you'll be exactly the same. There's no reason why you wouldn't in a million years not be the same. Once you see these people, and I'm talking about most people in crypto, are pushing the boundaries, aren't they? They're taking. People seem to think, they just take insane risks and got lucky. They're taking risks, but they're managing those risks, and they understand how to identify opportunity. And what we're trying to do at the Gem Hunters is teach people how they can find a balance between taking risk, understanding opportunity, building a mindset, creating goals, formulating habits, creating routine. All of this is the absolute basics. But people skip all of this to find that niche technical indicator that's going to make them millions overnight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, trying to find a shortcut. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, and so much of it too is having the right mindset on things. with the right paradigm and the lens of which you view things through. There's all different kinds of opinions and there's voices out there, but having the right mindset and approach to things, and that takes years, and getting it and actually paying attention to those who succeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's you can't really teach someone how they should be. They have to find out for themselves.
Right.
Everyone's got their own strengths, their own weaknesses, their own idea of what success should be. I'm not even saying what success should be. In my eyes, success is you having a purpose, having goals that you're working towards, being fulfilled by that journey that you're on, and it paying off, bringing returns that are going to benefit not only you, but your family, your kids' fucking dog. It's an expansive question. What is success? But when I look around at most people, they're sort of just, as I said, blowing in the wind. And I think what's really important when it comes to crypto is you've sort of just got to do it, because you've got to understand what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, how do I think, how do I operate? Because there's so many ways to make money in crypto, so many ways. You know, you've got shorting, swinging, longing, low caps, mid caps, high caps, scalping. There's just so many ways to make money. And one thing might suit you more than someone else. So I can't really tell you what you should do. But what I can do is give you an idea by telling people about the journey that I've been on, how I found that. And I think you're similar. I think you're talking about all that. But we've got a team of guys at the Gem Hunters. You know, Panda is the co-CEO. We've got Indiana, the lead researcher, Keegan, the community manager. We've got other guys in the core team and a massive community. And we're like a family. You know, it's one of the oldest communities in crypto, actually. Started in late 2017. Which
Really?
is, you know, well, when it comes to low caps, it was only really 2017 that low caps were a big thing, really, because before then, all you had really was Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin,
right?
You know, XRP, and you know, it wasn't like how it is now. So it's really interesting. You mentioned before about Hourglass, and I just wanted to say that we are advisors for Hourglass.
Okay.
So what we've been doing at the Gem Hunters is tapping into our network, helping Hourglass, helping Jet by referring other services, other influencers, and helping by bringing some of our resources to the table. Because you know how it is. It's a team game.
How did you make that connection? How did you connect with him on that level? And
he actually reached out to Indiana, who's our lead analyst, and then Indiana set up a call. And literally, we had a call with Jet, and before the first call ended, we agreed, because I was really excited about the whole TV show, because there's never been a crypto TV show. And you know, whenever you see crypto on mainstream media, they portray it as a scam, or watch out, be careful, don't go near it. And if you look at how, you know, the FCA and the SEC operate and the governments operate. Now, let me give you a quick example, really quick.
Let's go.
In 2020, the FCA, Financial Conduct Agency in the UK, regulates all the markets, spent $5 million advertising crypto to the public as a scam. Stay away. But at the same time, they were buying. But so anyway, in 2021, it was announced that the UK government was implementing a CBDC, so that's a central bank digital currency, as you know.
Yeah.
And that is based on, you know, it's based on blockchain.
Right.
It's based on cryptocurrency. So they're making their own. So they're saying, don't buy into crypto, but we're making our own. And then in 2022, the UK government announced that the UK was going to become a hub for cryptocurrency innovation. 2 years earlier, they were saying stay away. Now they're saying we're going to be a hub.
Hey, and now America's doing the same thing. We're next. And now,
everyone,
I mean, it's like they're wanting to basically just get crypto out because they're threatened. The banks are threatened.
Yeah.
The banks that control everything. They own the politicians. They own the media. And it's like, whoa, if people realize what's really how thin, it's like they are walking on just thin as a blade. And they could, it won't take much, I don't think, to have more bank runs coming. Okay. And people are going to realize, oh, safe haven, Bitcoin, Ethereum.
Yeah, they already are. Yeah. They already are. I mean, that's why Bitcoin has been pumping the last month or so. It's because everyone's trying to get out of the traditional financial system into Bitcoin.
That's right.
But it's really it's funny because the dominoes started to fall, and if you saw, the Fed was very hawkish, so they were raising interest rates 50 bps, and now they've reduced to 25, but they've switched, they've pivoted, and the market recently, what we're seeing in the markets over the last month is the market's pricing in the Fed pivoting. So switching from hawkish to dovish. And a lot of these top analysts, listen, I'm not saying for 1 minute that I'm out there. You can't do everything. I mean, you know what it's like. It's huge. There's so much going on because a lot of people in the real world don't understand that crypto is a risk asset class in the financial industry. And you are coming into one of the most volatile asset classes. I mean, it will amplify whatever the stock market is doing tenfold.
That's right.
People are coming in going, it's a joke, it's a laugh, it's free money, it's a punt. That's the best one. It's a punt. Everyone says that.
Magic internet money.
When you understand how serious that this is and what's going on, and then so I'm not saying for 1 minute that I know all this on. I'm watching analysts, top analysts, but I know who they are, and I think it's really important to find people who are reliable. And even if they aren't finding the information, if they aren't doing it themselves, they're finding the information. That's the key. So a lot of these top analysts are saying that we might be due a recession in 6 months. And in the next couple of months, the market might start pricing it in. Do you see how I said might?
Right.
Nothing certain. Nobody knows. No one knows.
It really, it's crazy. And so I've never been a good trader. So I've just found you just dollar cost average in, over time. And then when it's up, you can start dollar cost averaging little tiny bits out, if you have enough of a position where you're comfortable and hold on and follow the projects you believe in, follow the team, follow what's going on, and stay engaged in those specific projects. Because otherwise you might not realize how hard it is to run a business, how hard it is for a lot of these people might be big brain genius engineers and software developers, but they've never run a business. They don't know what it is to hire and fire. And then they try and get in bed. They get in bed with the wrong people. And then they realize they have bad apples. And then people on their team, they're offended because they don't feel like they're heard. And then there's a big, and the whole thing comes crumbling down.
And there's the woke movement, the left woke movement comes into play. And then it's like, oh my fucking God. Isn't there? You know what, bro? Do you know what, bro? Listen to this, right? When I first got into crypto, right, it wasn't like the world wasn't like what it's like now. It felt like we actually had a lot of time and things were quite stable. And even though the markets were crashing, everything was in order. Everything was happening how it was supposed to happen. The market cycle, I mean, Tom, Dick, and Gary are going to sit there and cry and whine. Oh, the market's crashing, get out, and blah, blah, blah. But it's all the way it's supposed to happen. And anyone who understands the markets is making the most of those opportunities. But right now, I feel like every single day I come online and I'm like, what blew up today? What bank went into liquidation today? What exchange went bust today? It's I'm like on the edge of my seat every single day. And people people in the real world are like, it's boring. I'm like, you don't understand. It's like, it's not even like, it's mental, isn't it?
It's crazy. And then all the hacking that goes on.
Oh my God. I got scammed a couple of weeks ago, you know. 28K I got scammed for. I went onto a dodgy Arbitrum website completely. Mate, this is newbie. Like this is I'm embarrassed to say it, mate. I'm embarrassed to say it. It's not. I've never been scammed in 5 years I've been here. Never been scammed. And I think you become complacent. You sort of just think, oh, it's never gonna happen. I'm all right. So it gets up, comes down, opens Telegram. The first thing I see is Arbitrum airdrop live. Check if you're eligible here. Oh, great. I've got the kid running around, my missus screaming, dogs fucking yapping. I'm rushing around. I thought I'll make a quick tweet on the Gem Hunters and let everyone know that the Arbitrum airdrop's live and blah, blah, blah. So as I'm doing that on one, I've got 5 screens. As I'm doing that on one screen, I'm writing a tweet on the other screen. Next minute, I clicks on the website, connect wallet, connect, switch fucking chain, switch chain, Ethereum to Arbitrum, bang, 28 grand gone. Like that.
Oh.
Like that. Like that.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Hey,
you
it's
see
not
them all the time. People don't fall for it. Now that you'll see the Hex Pulse Chain airdrop is live. Click here. And They're always scams. Never click on anything. Never click. Don't check your email and click links. Just don't click.
I've actually got something that Indiana sent me, a virus total home. I might send it you over. I'll send it you over later. It's basically you put links onto that and check if the links are safe. But the reason why it happened is because I've never been scammed. I've just got complacent, and the reason why I'm saying this now is that never get complacent. But the problem is, I can say that a million times, but you'll still get complacent. You have to go through it yourself. And so, you know, I mean, it's not that much money to me anymore, but it's still knocked me backwards because it's not even just the money, mate. It's what it leaves behind, the paranoia. And you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's the paranoia. It's the paranoia.
It's like, and I get it all the time. Like on Twitter, there's like imitation accounts, fake accounts. There's going to be some fake Gem Hunters site out there, you know, Twitter that looks legit, and they're going to tweet out, "Oh, the Hex airdrop is live now," and you're going to think, "Oh, this is legit. It's the Gem Hunters," and then you click on it and you realize there's like 2 followers. Yeah, that's when you know it's a scam.
Someone just said then, speaking of Hex, do either of you think it's a scam? Now, I personally don't think it's a scam. I mean, I actually like Richard Hart.
Right.
I like him. I understand that. Listen, I want to explain something really quick.
Yep.
I said to you before we came onto this that you are your own character. You are you. And I respect you for being you, for having your own opinions. Everyone's got different opinions. Everyone's got different views. Everyone's got different morals, ethics. But if you stand by yours and you walk the walk, I respect you. Whatever your opinion is, whatever. I might not even agree with that opinion, but I'll still respect you for walking the walk and standing by who you are and being who you are. Too many people are just fake.
That's right.
They're fake.
And it's like you can just be real and raw. And it's like, who cares what people think about you? Now, you want to be respectful and whatever, but it's like, I know it's crazy. So the popular thing is to say, yes, Hex is a scam and Richard Hart is just going to take all the money and run. Has he done that?
Exactly. So this is what I'm saying. So I was getting to that, and you finished my sentence off. I was about to say, you speak to anyone, and they will say Hex is a scam. Fuck Richard Hart. Fuck this. Fuck that. But I'm saying I respect Richard Hart because he is him. Yeah, he's a bit mad. He's outspoken. He offends everyone. Pisses everyone off. But he's him. He's fucking him. I love
it.
I love
it. He's a bit mad, mate.
Hey, Listen to this. If I want to have a good laugh, listen, I don't watch like normal telly. I watch like documentaries and self-improvement. But if I ever want a good laugh, I watch Richard Hart. He's fucking funny as fuck.
Just watch him twerk a little bit. Just watch him twerk, do his thing.
Hey, he went on to Wolf of Wall Street podcast. No, Jordan Belfort, who's the Wolf of Wall Street. And he went on there and he just made Jordan Belfort look like an amateur. He did, honestly. He just put him. Jordan. By the end of it, Jordan Belfort was just like, good. He didn't want to talk because Richard Hart was running circles around him. So clever.
Yeah.
But he pisses everyone off.
Yeah.
But
he kind of invites it.
I like that. You know what I mean?
He kind of invites it, a little bit. But is he a scam? I don't think so, because look at what he's done. He's never touched. Now, it is weird, okay, that he doesn't say that we're the 85% of the tokens of Hex are just like in this wallet somewhere.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so what I wanted to say was that the mechanics, the tokenomics, the ecosystem, all of this, it might not work the way it should, and it might not be how people want it to be and blah, blah, blah. But is it a scam? You know what I mean? Is it a scam? I mean, Richard Hart is like, what, a billionaire? Is he a billionaire? I mean, how much is he?
A multi-billionaire, yes.
Multi-billionaire, isn't he, Richard Hart? Let's have a look how much he's worth.
Yeah, look it up. And so why would he, he's not that stupid. He's not as stupid. See, Sam Bankman-Fried was just stupid. He could have just been legitimate and been super wealthy.
9.7 billion he's worth.
Oh, damn, really? I didn't know it was that much.
And this is what I'm saying. So I say to people that when I came in 2017, I watched all the people getting filthy rich from 2016, and even people who got in March 2017, by December they had made 7-8 million, and they only put 20K into crypto. But what you got to understand is, I think 2017, there's been no other time in human history where so many people got so rich overnight, because crypto got its first big boom. 2017 was crypto's first huge boom. I mean, Bitcoin went from, I think it was $300 to 20,000. It's not. So if you look at every single cycle, there's diminishing returns. I'm trying to explain this to people in the real world so they can sort of understand, because they're looking at people who got in 10 years ago and they're going, well, if they made 10 million, I can make 10 million. It doesn't work like that, because diminishing returns mean that every single cycle, the markets go up less, and the gains that you get on those cycles are getting less and less, and they're diminishing over time. So if you look at the last cycle, Bitcoin went from 3,000 to 70,000.
Yep.
Now we've come back down, and 15,000 is the bottom by the looks of it. Now we're probably going to go up to 100K. So it's just diminishing, and it's curving off. But so I want to just mention the pros and cons to this. Now the cons are obviously newer investors are making less money, but the whole idea of being an early adopter is that's how you make the big money, is by being an early. But most people are going to look at it and say it's a scam, it's too risky. But if you understand, you've been told your entire life to stay safe, don't take risks, and people are very risk averse. So you aren't taught in school how to make money. They teach you in school how to be a good slave, how to be part of the system, how to get a 9 till 5, how to do as you're told, how to follow rules, regulations. That's a scam. If we're talking about fucking scams, that's a fucking scam. The pros to diminishing returns are that institutional investors, bigger investors, are more attracted to that, because crypto becomes less volatile. Now, those bigger institutions don't want that volatility. What they want is is more stability in the markets because they're bringing billions in. Now, if Bitcoin drops 50% overnight like it used to, half a billion down the drain.
Literally.
So there are pros to the markets being more stable because it's going to attract bigger players. Now you've got all the regulation coming in now, and a lot of people. I mean, yeah, I won't lie. I'm a libertarian through and through. So I believe in. I think we all are. If I'm honest with you, I think.
Yep.
I think crypto is the biggest revolution in human history. If I'm honest with you, straight up, I don't think I'll put it any other way. I think it's the biggest revolution in human history, and everybody's got a similar mindset. Everybody's got similar values. Everybody wants freedom, you know. And if you look at how people perceive that, and that is what everyone's working towards, and it's beautiful because there's no other industry on the planet where everybody's working towards a similar goal. In the corporate world, everyone's stabbing each other in the back and bitching and ratting on each other and snaking each other. And it's like, it makes me sick, mate, if I'm honest with you. It makes me fucking sick. That's one reason why I got out of all that, you know, got out my doing that 9 to 5 bullshit and got into an industry, 9 to 5 bullshit, got into an industry. And I think, I can't tell people what they should do, but I know a lot of people want that. You know, we were talking the other day about how many people are actually full-time crypto in the UK, and somebody had worked it out, got the figures from somewhere, and it's around 10,000 people, and there's population of, I think it's 75 million in the UK.
In the whole, okay.
Oh mate, it's ridiculous population of the UK, mate. It's tiny little island. 67 million in the UK. Okay. Tiny island, mate, and we've got 67 million people. I mean, I think there's less people in France. France is 3 times the size.
Yep.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
It's busy there. It's like
too many people.
Okay. So what do you think about? I'm wondering if and when Bitcoin will at some point, I believe Bitcoin will become a risk-off asset instead of a risk-on asset. When do you think that? We have people waking up a little bit here to the banks, realizing, oh, it's magic internet money is actually with the banks. They're printing money out of thin air. They you know, with Terra Luna situation, you lose your stable coin and it's gone. Okay, you don't get bailed out. In banks, it's like, hey, we got you, baby. We got you. Run out of money, banks. We got you. We're just going to give you some more money. We're just going to print it out of thin air, hook you up. Yes. Okay. And so people are starting to realize, whoa, how shaky the whole fractional reserve banking system is. And so we've seen some people go to Bitcoin. When do you think that'll become more mainstream, where Bitcoin becomes a risk-off asset? Maybe someday.
Remember we were saying before about how crazy times are now, and that like you've got this agenda 2030. You'll own nothing. You'll have no privacy, but you'll be happy. It's like, you fuck. Who? Show me who.
Right.
I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone who's going to be happy.
Right. And it's like, hello, people, wake up, people. Yeah. It's
so I think there's a lot of factors, right? There's the printing of money, there's inflation, there's corruption, there's privacy, there's autonomy. But I think personally, a lot of this Agenda 2030 is coming into play now. And all of this COVID and, you know, COVID passports are possibly coming in, and you've got the vaccine, and all of this is tied into the financial system, because now every single country is starting to implement CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, and people are starting to wake up slowly. But the issue is with crypto is, I don't think Bitcoin is going to become a risk-off asset until it's viable to mainstream public. And as long as people have got to learn how to use wallets and interact with the UI of the crypto industry, the way it is now, it's never going to be as mainstream as we want it. But I think you've got PayPal now, they're offering crypto service. It's getting there. Visa are now supporting crypto payments. It's slowly getting there. Now, when will that come? You know, I personally think we're going to have one last Wild West cycle. I call it the Wild West. This is like no regulation. But what people need to understand is when there's no regulation, that's the time to make money. Do you know what I mean? Once regulation comes, once the government start putting their fat fingers in this space, the money's gone. The money's fucking gone. You've got to make. But everybody's scared. Not everybody, obviously, but I'm talking about like Tom, Dick, and Gary. You know, the average Joe is scared to get involved in this industry. We're talking about mainstream adoption now, aren't we? And I'm saying the average Joe is scared, still scared, and that's what the governments want. That's why they spent 5 million advertising crypto as a scam in 2020. And this is why I'm saying to you, it's funny actually how all this ties together, because we mentioned Hourglass and that they're starting the first crypto TV show.
Yeah, let's go.
It's gonna be like Dragon's Den. What's the other one? Shark Tank.
Yes.
So, Dragon's Den, Shark Tank. One of the first contested judges from Shark Tank is actually involved in Hourglass. I forget what his name is now. What's his name now?
Evan Harrington.
Yeah.
I think
he's involved now. Some of the names in Hourglass, Leah Healpine, she's massive. She is massive.
And how about Fireball? How about her Twitter? She's out there tweeting, blowing it. I love it. I love her Twitter.
Finally, because she wasn't tweeting about Hourglass, was she, for a while, and she wasn't even mentioning it. And I was like, when's she going to start talking about Hourglass? When's she going to start tweeting about Hourglass? When's she going to start giving some exposure? But then once she went on the show and started filming, she was blowing it up a little bit, and that's great. The price is starting to settle off a little bit. Listen, I've got two opinions, because people are like, well, I know people are sitting there going, well, why is the price coming down? It can't go up forever. You know, it needs to settle down. It's got to consolidate at some stage. You know what I mean? And the idea of a price consolidating is that it builds a platform, it builds support, it builds, so it's able to sustain itself. Otherwise, if it just keeps going up, it'll be like the what's that building called in Dubai, the tallest building in the world. I just sent out a tweet. Because Hourglass started to look like that. 1 second, what's it called now? Google that, tallest building in Dubai. Google that. Tallest building. Tallest building. It's the Burj Khalifa.
Okay.
Like that. The price of Hourglass started to look like that. Tallest building in Dubai. So funny. So funny. So I sent out a tweet the other week saying how the price of Hourglass. Yeah, that's it. Get an image of that up. Go on image. Yeah, get that image up.
Look at that.
Yeah, it looked like that. That was the Hourglass price a couple of weeks ago.
The way
that's the issue.
Running.
That's the issue. You see. So listen. I'm happy on one hand that it's leveling off because it means that it's sustainable. Because if it just keeps going up, you start getting a bit anxious and thinking, well, hang on a minute, when's it going to start? When's it going to turn around? And when it does, it's not going to be sustainable. But now that we're leveling off and finding support, I'm happy to see that. And you've got to play the long game in this. You've got to be a long-term thinker in all of this. You can't be, because listen to this. There's a lot of people who get lucky in this space and they make a lot of money overnight. Never build that mindset. Never really improve or And once they make that money, listen, they'll lose it just as fast. They'll lose it just as fast, and they won't want to handle the money. Got a lot of people in the real world on about money and talk about money, and they've never had exposure to real money. And people think that John down the road, who works all the overtime and is a tight ass, and he saved a load of money in the bank, is rich. That isn't rich. That isn't rich. These people, these whales who are actually rich, they're throwing money around like it's fucking gone out of fashion, but they're not wasting it. They're speculating to accumulate, and you have to speculate to accumulate. And they understand that scared money doesn't make money. So
yeah, and dollar cost averaging in little bits, kind of like we do in our 401k. You just put a little bit in that you can afford to lose. You put it away, and then you follow these projects. You find projects. What do you look for in a project? First, you want to look at the core values of the founders and the devs of the project. Yeah. Is it money driven? Are they looking at the 5 minutes in front of their face trying to make a quick buck? Okay. Or are they conviction driven? Do they have a strong why that's driving them? Okay. And then you want to look at things like the tokenomics and what's the purpose of the coin? Why do we need the coin? And things like that. And then you find these projects, these gems, which we're going to talk about some here in a little bit, that you believe in. You believe in the project. You believe in what they're doing. Your core values align. They look out for the best interests of the community, even over their own best interests, because they want to create something great. They want to create something that will last. That's like a blue chip crypto coin. It's not about making money. They're not money driven. They're driven by a strong conviction and a why that gets, that's why they wake up. They want to create something awesome. And so you follow those teams. What's going on there? You follow the use case of the token. Okay. And you just dollar cost average in and follow.
I love that.
Projects, baby. Yes. So what do you think about this crypto TV show? It's looking good to me.
It is. And this is what I was saying before about whenever you hear about crypto on mainstream media, it's always portrayed, it's a scam, stay away, it's dodgy. I mean, when the bear market came, you had all these, there's like TV shows of people doing like financial advice, and they always brought up crypto, and it's hilarious. Where were those people? Where were these people when the market was rallying? They always seem to come in when the market's dropping, and then it's almost like they're in on this, and the government's paying them to make these TV shows to make everybody think, oh, it's really bad. But in reality, you have to time this right, and you have to get in at the right cycles. And so with the Hourglass TV show, it's going to be the first time the mainstream public are going to see crypto for what it is, rather than a journalist or a news reporter. I don't give a shit about their opinion. They're proven to be just propaganda spammers, and they're not giving legit information. But you've got people out there doing their own TV shows, like Diddy Hatu, and I've had him over on the Gem Hunters. What a guy! Have you met him? Have you heard about Diddy Hatu, the crypto family? He quit his entire job, moved abroad, sold everything, and went all in crypto. I think it was 2016.
Okay.
Everybody said he was crazy and whatever else, and then obviously became a multi-millionaire. Unbelievable.
Who's this guy? Is he on Twitter?
Diddy Hatu, yeah, DIDI. Should come up as soon as you put that in. Hang on a minute.
This guy? G18?
No. Put TAI after that. TAI. There you go, the top one.
Right there.
You want to reach out to him and get him on the podcast?
Oh yeah. Let's do it. Let's get him on. We can do it right now.
Tell him that I spoke to you. Tell him that you know me and that I spoke to you, and because it always helps to have a reference. And this goes back to what we were saying before. Your network is your net worth, and this is why it helps to surround yourself with the people who are going places. But go on his media. Go on his media.
Okay.
Down, go down. See there, media.
Oh,
Up. See media there.
see media.
No, I mean, can you see it? The tab, media. It's right. You go down a tiny bit.
Oh,
right,
media.
right,
Hello.
yeah.
Hello. Okay. Okay.
He's a funny guy, man. He's a funny guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I have heard of this guy.
So what I was saying was he's got his own TV series, but that's his sort of own portrayal on it, and he's very what's the word? Enthusiastic about crypto. He's a massive crypto bull.
Okay.
Now, when the mainstream public see that, they just think, well, he's made money and blah blah blah. But with Hourglass, I think you're going to get a better perspective on what crypto is, because you've got such level-headed. I'm not saying Diddy isn't level-headed, but I'm saying that it's a lot more professional. It's been made by a professional TV company.
Yes.
I forget what the name was now.
Okay. Is it hello? They're partnered with
Neft.
Oh yeah, Neft, but also there's several. Right. Yeah, man. I love it. So when I hear George, see if it was kind of like kind of cheesy, I think George would have been like not as hyped up as he is. George isn't a bullshitter, right? So he wouldn't be saying like, "Oh, I can't wait for season 2 now," because this thing, basically what he's saying is this is going to blow up. Everybody's going to know about this. And so there wasn't a whole lot of awareness during the application process. Okay. And so there was like, 100 or so, I think, applicants on this show. He's saying on the next one, there's going to be 500. Like,
wow.
Everybody's going to be trying to get in on this. He's saying it's going to be big.
What I'd like to see is crypto as a whole get behind Hourglass rather than, I mean, obviously it's got this, and the community is insane. The community is insane.
I love it.
Isn't it?
I love it.
The guys are die hard, aren't they? They die hard. Absolutely die hard. One of the best communities in the space.
Really?
Not just saying that because I'm an advisor. It is. Go and see it. Go on Telegram. Go on Twitter. It's blowing up 24/7. Blowing up
24/7. So the Telegram is one of the main spots you can see always what's going on. Every single buy of the weight token, we see it. We had some big buys yesterday, and you've got people really stacking. They keep dollar cost averaging, and in some cases, like somebody went in there and bought like $20,000 worth. Okay, and then you look at their total holdings in that wallet, and it's like $250,000. They just keep stacking. Their weight token is so interesting.
It's going places, and I'm actually Jet never stops. He is so motivated. I don't know many people, if I'm honest with you, who are that motivated. I don't know many people. He's just non-stop, and
I'll tell you what.
I do sort of worry sometimes because I'm like, just take it easy for one day.
I'll tell you
have an hour to yourself, Jet. And you're like, Jesus Christ, I love it. Yeah, Jet on here then, yeah.
Oh my gosh! So did you? I don't know if you had a chance to watch this. Okay, and I said in here, Jet needs to change his name, like Twitter handle, to Mr. Make It Happen. Like he never stops. He's always going. Like if I message him, he responds right away. Like almost every time. And you know that everybody is blowing him up all the time. I don't know how he does it. He's always going. He made it. He made this happen. He actually made this happen. He got George. He got BitBoy. I remember that just back in December, at the beginning of December, he had nothing. He had hardly anybody. No partnerships. Okay, and I meet this guy in Miami when there is a big crypto conference down there called the Central Miami, and we're talking to BitBoy, And I'm just like, who's this guy talking about a TV show? And then next thing I know, I followed him. I stayed close with him. Next thing I know, he gets George. He gets BitBoy. He gets all these people, all these partnerships. Look out.
He knows a lot of people. His network's insane. He's close to Donald Trump, you know.
Is he really? I didn't know that. That doesn't surprise me at all.
You know, if you know who he's close to, you'd be shocked. And when we first started advising for Hourglass, we had massive concerns over him taking on so much workload, and we said we had to call a meeting, and we had to make it really formal because we were a bit like, I don't want to upset him or anything, but we were like, listen, you're taking on too much. Let us help you. Let us delegate someone else, or you delegate someone else. And he said, I've got it. And I was like, I was worried, if I'm honest with you. I was like, he is not going to be able to, and he has. He not only has he has done more than what we expected. I mean, he's been to the UFC. He's signed up. I forget what his name is now. He's potentially, yeah. He's a huge. He had some huge players coming in.
Right.
Player Heel, George Tung, and some of the advisors, and the show itself. I can't believe that in 1 week the entire first series was filmed. So they don't mess around.
No,
they don't mess around. There's other projects out there doing similar things to Hourglass. And when Hourglass launched, they were having a bit of a gob on over it. But they're still fucking in early stages. They're still fucking around on the fucking idea board. They're still on the whiteboard brainstorming. Fucking Jet. Jet's already done it. It's fucking done. It's fucking done. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I mean, in such a short amount of time. And he is just, it's like every week, some new big, humongous partnership comes out. It's just like, damn.
A new centralized exchange, a new partnership, new players come in, new celebs, new community additions. It's just unbelievable what's happening. But so I'm intrigued to see the show because I think it's going to be good for crypto. And I'm also hyped that it's got such big brands on board because that, you know, it's a proper reality TV show. It's going to be as good as Dragon's Den and Shark Tank. It's not going to be. This is what I'm saying to you now. Diddy's doing his own series, but it's him holding the camera, walking around, and that's what it's like. Anyone in crypto doing their own series, it's amateur stuff. You know, it's amateur stuff. It's not This is the first ever professional. So yeah, I'm yeah, that was it. Yeah. Thank you, Peter.
So it's killing me. I cannot wait for this TV show to come. It's killing me. I think so. A project that I was like, you know, that I've been really bullish on is called DeFi Kingdoms, and they applied, and I think there's a pretty good chance, you know, they make it in there. I don't know. So it's killing me. We got to wait all the way till June, and it's like torture.
Yeah.
So what are some of the other projects? You know, we got the Wait token that you're looking at. What are some of the other projects that you've been looking at here recently?
So our most recent pick is SHIB, the original vision, and it's a mem token.
Okay.
And so there's been a lot of mem tokens over the last couple of years since SHIB launched. I've got a story for you, actually. It's a good story, this.
Okay.
So SHIB, when it launched, I knew the founder of SHIB. We actually worked with the founder of SHIB on previous projects.
Really?
He got doxxed a few weeks ago by BitBoy. So BitBoy done a massive video on the founder of SHIB. And all of this was like, nobody knew any of this, but we did because I knew. And so he was involved in this DAO called Karma DAO. It's one of the first DAOs ever. It's revolutionary. And I was one of the first 20 people in there. Now, to give you some idea, some of the people in there, how big this was, Sam Bankman-Fried was in there. Sam fucking Fried was in there. You had founders, CEOs, huge influencers like BitBoy level, huge. It was a revolution in regards to a community, but it was tiny. There was 100 people in there, but those 100 people had the power to move the market, and that's where SHIB was born. So SHIB, the guy who made SHIB did it. He incubated it in there, and I was in there. So I actually didn't buy into SHIB because he was launching all kinds of fucking shit coins, and he was a bit of a naughty sort of. If I'm honest with you, I don't want to say too much on that level. I won't say it. But I didn't trust him anyway, so I didn't buy SHIB. But obviously, I should have. Looking back, I should have. So anyway, how many projects has there been in the last 2 years where they say, "Oh, it's the next SHIB"? There's loads. But
right.
So Karma DAO have just launched this new project called SHIB, the original. It's called SOV, S-O-V. Yeah, SOV. Yeah.
You've been tweeting about that. Okay.
You type that into CoinGecko, S-O-V.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. S-O-V. Let's go.
Yeah, at the top there, at the top.
Okay,
it, yeah.
This SHIB original version?
Go on that. Now, if you look, so we at the Gem Hunters brought it to people's attention because we said, how many projects have claimed to be the next SHIB? How many times have I said that?
Right.
Well, this is the closest thing you're ever going to get because it's the same community, the same network, the same connections, the same DAO incubating, launching it. So
really?
It's already done times 1,000. Yeah, times 1,000. Times 10. Times 10. Sorry, times 1,000. Times 1,000. That would be SHIB. It's done a times 10 in the last week, and it's crypto's biggest gainer in the last week. Not just price, but traction. So it's got the most traction, the most engagement, and it's rose the highest in the last week out of any project. Listen, I'm sure there's tiny mem tokens that have gone up and down, but this is sustained over the last week. So listen, we're not normally involved in mems, but you've got to understand as an investor, where is the money? And most people don't understand how to make money in crypto. And it's all about understanding where is the money and where is it going to go next. And that's what we do at the Gem Hunters, is we try to understand what narratives and trends are hot, where is the money, which projects are gaining the most traction, and where potentially is that money going to go next, because that's where the money is, literally. And that's rarely how you make the most money listen, I've been doing this now for over 5 years, and we've pretty much perfected the art, and our entire community has got involved in this. Everybody's made amazing money. I mean, if you go in the Gem Hunters now, you'll see people screaming and shouting.
Yep.
About this, about Hourglass as well. Hourglass is getting talked about in there as well. But this, if you're asking me which projects are we looking at the moment, this is the one. But it's a mem token, and listen, doesn't mean you buy it now. It doesn't mean you buy it. I would wait for a reach. If you're interested in buying you shouldn't buy anything that's rallied that hard in 1 week. I'd wait for a retrace. So that's not financial advice to anyone.
Sure. What exchanges is that on?
Uniswap.
Okay.
I'm not sure that they've got the first centralized exchange about to be announced, but I don't know which one it is. They haven't announced it yet.
Okay.
So, but that's one. I mean, we've got picks that we support long term over at the Gem Hunters, stuff that we support long term. We've been involved with. we're ambassadors for Ferrum Network. I'm not sure if you heard of Ferrum Network.
Ferrum,
Actually,
Ferrum.
You should reach out to Ferrum, actually.
Okay, here, let's look at that one. Okay, view in Telegram. Okay, I don't have Telegram on this computer. Okay, so Ferrum.
That's our community, though. The Telegram group there is our community. That's where we're based.
And that's where you want to go. That's the spot. That's where, I mean, it's like, oh, unless I'm confusing you with somebody else, but I'm pretty sure it's you. It's like, I check out for a few hours, and next thing I know, I go back into the Telegram, and it's like 1,700 new messages.
Yeah.
It's like crazy activity in that Telegram. Okay.
Yeah.
So Ferrum is the next one.
FRM. That's it.
Oh, what's going on here?
So it's actually really low priced. If you open the chart on Max, if you go on Max on the time limit of the chart,
Max,
then you'll see it's really. I mean, these guys built in a bear market, so they started in 2018.
Okay,
and then you can see that was during the bull market. The massive rally there was literally the market. So what Ferrum does, the price amplifies the market. So remember I was saying before about Bitcoin being a risk on asset, and it amplifies whatever the stock market's doing. Well, Ferrum amplifies whatever crypto's doing. So you talk about making money. You want to be in the risk on asset space, because that's where you're going to make the most money. Because if you're only putting $10,000 into the stock market, you're not going to make much money. You're not going to make much money. But if you put 10,000 into crypto, then you can potentially change your life in 5 years. But in the stock market, you might make a ×4. You might make 40K if you're lucky. But so if you're coming into crypto and you're buying stuff like Ferrum, and it amplifies the market times 10 again on top of that tenfold already, then you're making double the gains you're going to make in crypto. Obviously, practice risk management, and I'm not saying go all in Ferrum for 1 minute. I'm just saying that you should diversify your portfolio between different assets, including holding stable coins. And one of those assets that I'm holding long term is Ferrum, and I believe that they'll do quite well because they buy up their own supply. So one of the secrets, and obviously this is not like, the team won't admit this, but they buy up their own supply. So whether you buy it or not, it's going up.
Interesting.
So it's an easy one. They've done all kinds of massive partnerships, been around a while. Ian Friend, you should actually get him on here, actually, bro. Ian Friend, he's a good friend of mine, actually. Funnily enough, excuse the pun. He's a good friend of mine. Yeah, Ian Friend.
Okay, Ian, IAN.
Yeah.
And then Friend,
Friend.
R.
Yeah, IND.
IND.
Sorry, IEND. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. So Ian Friend. Ian
Tell
Friend.
you what, take off the @
Okay.
Let's have a look.
Ian.
Okay. I friend 05. Put @
Okay. And then iFriend 05.
Yeah. There he is. There. Second one down.
Okay.
Reach out to him and get him on. He'll give you a great podcast.
Okay.
If you reach out to him, he'll come on and tell you all about Ferrum. But basically, what they're doing is basically trying to create seamless interoperability, so you can transfer funds across multiple chains.
Okay.
seamlessly. So I know bridges, you can use bridges and things like that. But what Venom are doing is a layer on top of that. And all of the tech involved in this is something that they've been building for many, many, many years.
Okay.
So I think if you get Ian on, and I'm not just telling you about this and it's pumped, oh, it's too late. It's a prime opportunity to invest in Ferrum now. So that's what we're doing at the Gem Hunters. We're trying to identify these projects now during the bear market, because now's the time to slowly buy into these projects. But as I say, reach out to Ian. He'll come on. Mention that you know me. You spoke. He'll come on. He'll do what he'll do a good interview for you.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I would love to get all these guys on. I'm going to be reaching out to them for sure. Yeah, the whole trick here is to try and find those awesome projects before they blow up. You identify the good teams, the good fundamentals of the project before they blow up. That's been like my mission for years, you know, and that's why I've been so bullish on DeFi Kingdoms. You know, I think they have that potential. There's another one. I'm definitely reaching out to this guy.
Oh, DeFi Kingdoms. I've heard of them.
Oh my God!
Is it a protocol or is it like a game? Obviously, it's a game, but is it a game built on top of a protocol?
So they have their own blockchain. It's an Avalanche subnet called the DFK chain, and all the transactions are a fraction of a penny for DeFi for that DFK chain. And they do over 2 million transactions a day. And they've done as many as 5 million transactions in a day. Wow. Just huge. Okay. And all right, I'll give you a quick kind of breakdown here. So they're also now on the Klaytn blockchain, believe it or not, kind of reaching out to the Asian gamers. Okay. So first and foremost, it's a DEX. And then there's NFT heroes. The code on the NFTs are the most complex NFTs out there in crypto. Okay. So the genetics, it's so in depth, and you can summon the heroes together. And then you potentially want to build your heroes over time through questing them, leveling them up for this combat system. Okay, that's coming, and it's already, the combat testing is now here. Okay, where you can kind of like do the test net of the game. It's out.
I was a massive fan of Final Fantasy, the old school Final Fantasy. And that looks similar to that. And it gives me nostalgia because I think back to Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 5, and that was amazing times. You know, even Pokemon, it's similar. I mean, I didn't play Pokemon. I'm not a fan really of Pokemon, but I can understand and I appreciate, you know, the whole ecosystem and how big.
It's so fun. So there's so much going in this ecosystem. It's mind blowing. Okay, and so you can practice the game here. It's like a I think this someday could become a very high level esport game. Okay. They're partnered with a company called Wisdom Gaming out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Mall of America. And the main devs, working on this are just phenomenal. So it's really simple and easy for an average Joe to come in and play and have a little fun, play a quick game. But as far as the complexity behind it, it would take me hours upon days to explain. So you cover both ends, ease of use to access and play and have fun versus hardcore gaming strategy here. Okay. Also, there's a whole bunch of other aspects to this game. There's third-party apps. There's one called Fight Club, and it's a little bit more simple. Okay. But even that is a high level esport level game that you can play. It's a Discord based game that, you know, links with your heroes. Okay. Yeah. And because they have their own blockchain, they can function like a Gala Games or a Vulcan Forge or a Veracity can, helping games onboard and play on this ecosystem. So Jewel, with the tokenomics, Jewel is the gas token for the DFK chain. It's also the governance token. But on top of that, if you're serious about playing this game, you want to have what's called power-ups that gives you more leverage in the game to be able to quest your heroes better, level them up faster, things like that in the game. So there's a massive use case for Jewel in the tokenomics. Now, CoinGecko still hasn't fixed it because originally DeFi Kingdoms was on Harmony, and Harmony got a bridge hack, and it wrecked the entire. I lost a half.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I lost a half.
What happened there then? How did they rectify that? Did they roll back?
There was no rollbacks, no bailouts. We were just screwed. There was no bailout at all. We just had to work through it, deal with it, and it almost died. Going through what this team has gone through, any project would have died. I can tell you that. But
because you've been through a lot anyway, haven't you? I mean, I was talking to you on Spaces on Wednesday, and you were saying that you'd obviously lost a lot of money yourself, and on top of that, you've had this as well.
Oh my gosh, this wrecked me so bad. Okay, that bridge hack, because I had a lot of liquidity. I had a lot of liquidity there, and then I had pretty much the rest of my money was on FTX and Voyager. Okay, it's like
you've got to laugh or you fucking cry.
Oh my gosh! And so I didn't get out of bed for 6 months. Like I was just
love it.
I was a mental head case before all this happened.
I don't mean I love it. I don't mean I love it. You didn't get out of bed for 6 months. I mean I love that you're fucking here now, and I've been there, bro. I've been there. Yeah. I know what it's like, mate. I came into crypto in late 2017 and did what everyone else had done. I wasn't I wasn't trying to be a smart ass or anything. I was just doing what everyone else had done. I studied. What did all the people do who made fucking money? They put it in, they waited 6 months, and then they fucking took it out. So I put my fucking money in, waited 6 months, and I had about fucking 10% left.
And then, see that? I know. That's what happens. And then it pumps again when we buy when it's high, we sell when it's low, and then we rebuy again when it's high.
So what I want to say is just going back to what we were saying next. I think this is helpful to people, is that the markets are constantly changing. Changing. You've got to keep your eye on the macro environment, on the the economy, on the markets themselves. Is the fear, is the greed? Understand, because obviously I've been in situations where I've made that much money that I'm showing off, and I'm telling people, look how much I've made, and I still haven't sold. But that is actually a sell sign, a sell signal. And I think over time you start to understand these buy signals and sell signals. So when the market was at 15, 16, 17K, there was blood, shit, guts, piss all over the streets. And you had everybody crying and whining, but that was the perfect time to buy.
Yeah.
But if you told somebody that in the real world, they'd be like, "Fuck that!
Are you crazy? This thing's gonna go to zero." But even a lot of the technical analysts were saying 10 grand, 12 grand Bitcoin, and I started to believe it after the FTX.
Tell you what, there's some of these mainstream technical analysts, and they're a joke, mate. Honestly, what's his name now? I'm trying to find him. Who I'm talking about now? Data Dash. He's been bearish fucking all along. Data Dash has been calling for like 8K Bitcoin all along.
Yep,
and just bearish all the time.
But he was bullish. He was bullish when he thought we would see $100,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah, at the top, he was calling for higher. Yeah, this is the problem, right? Is that when the market's one extreme to another, so are people, and you have to recognize that. You have to see that for what it is. You've lost a lot of money. I've lost a lot of money. I've bounced back. You bounced back. I don't know what your position now. I think you're still in that grind. I think I've been where you are. I'm trying to say I've been where you are, and I know what it's like. And when I see someone fighting through it, I've got massive respect, mate, because most people don't. Most people would rather. But I think losing a lot of money gives you purpose, because most people will come in, put a tiny amount of money in, they lose it. Oh, well, only a punt, back to work. Who cares? Whereas you put a lot of money in, it affects you and you want to stay there and it gives you purpose. And you were saying before, weren't you, earlier on, the main thing you need is purpose. And that is amazing. So going back to what I was saying earlier, purpose, goals. Do you want to finish off what you mentioned here before I drift off?
Yeah. We can wrap up with DeFi Kingdoms. The tokenomics, Jewel is deflationary. So there's high demand for Jewel. If you're serious about the game, you're gonna want to, without question, come here to the jeweler, okay, and stake your Jewel for the power-ups of the game. And then the way you earn interest on the Jewel is there's also power tokens that you have to have for playing the game that currently right now they're more inflationary, but there's also massive burn mechanics on the power tokens. So long-term, I'm semi-bullish on those. It's called Crystal and Jade, but not in the short term. So it's like I'm usually dumping, especially my Crystal right now. Okay. Yeah. But Jewel is, and so every time we summon a new hero, that costs Jade or Crystal. When we hatch an egg, there's in-game items that you use from questing your heroes to do these things. The economy is brilliant in this. And so when you hatch an egg or do duels, there's another in-game that you can play called duels in this game. All those, okay, immediately 5% of that Jade and Crystal's burned, but 15% of it is auto sold into Jewel and provided to the jeweler. Okay, so that's how the jeweler is provided interest. It's fully circulating, pretty much. All the Jewel is fully circulating. There's only 125 million Jewel. They just announced last week 1 million Jewel burned. Well, now it's already getting close to 1.1 million Jewel burned out of existence. If you check CoinGecko, they haven't updated the tokenomics yet because it was originally on Harmony, and they're saying Harmony, the native token on is Harmony Jewel, whereas really it should be the DFK chain, which is the gas fee is Jewel. Okay, and so they fixed it finally on CoinMarketCap, but it's still in the works for CoinGecko. After the Harmony bridge hack, they did restructure the tokenomics for Jewel versus the power, the in-game power tokens. So Jewel is fully circulating and it's deflationary, and over 35 million Jewels locked up in the jeweler, okay, for in-game power-ups and just to earn the interest from the in-game utility of the power tokens. So I'm super bullish on the whole project, the partnerships, the quality of the team. You have a guy who left Goldman Sachs. He was an executive of Goldman Sachs. He leaves Goldman Sachs to join this project called Dreamer. And it's just like their core values are strong. They have that strong why.
Left Goldman Sachs to join DeFi Kingdoms.
He sure did. He left Goldman Sachs. And then after he did that, it's been a disastrous. There's been a few terrible things that's happened against them, and they're down like 99%. You know,
oh my God.
And because couple scenarios. And so, but they haven't stopped. They keep grinding. The devs, a lot of these periods of time, they've been working 7 days a week on this. And I know the devs, I've had them on the channel. I love these guys. There's one other project that I want to bring to your attention that nobody knows about yet that's called Dragon's Crossing. This project is the real deal, and it's coming out in May. So a lot of the DeFi Kingdoms OGs started their own over a year ago. Nobody even knew about it. And they've been grinding for over a year, developing this project that they wanted it to be as legit of a sustainable crypto project as it gets. So in May, this is going to be a game that's fully ready to play on day one of launch with sustainable tokenomics. That's this whole, a fun game to play that is easily accessible for Web 2 users to start adopting Web 3, but it's also highly competitive, very fun to play with sustainable tokenomics and none of the BS. So what happened is the founders of these projects were so sick of all the BS happening out there. Okay. And they themselves were gamers. It's very much like a Dungeons and Dragons type game. And he was a big time Dungeons and Dragons gamer. He was playing these games and he always wanted to start his own game. He always had it in his heart to start his own game. He's like a professor, you know, he's got like a PhD. And then and these guys also have a YouTube channel, and I've known them for a long time. And so one of the guys is a lawyer. The other guy is a business guy. They came in together, and then they brought in another lawyer, and they all came together and started this thing over a year ago. Nobody knew about it. And then they just recently announced it's going to be ready to go in May, day one, ready to play. And so it's a deep Dungeons and Dragons style of game, highly competitive. There's going to be contests. It's going to be addictive, I think. And the tokens are going to be sustainable.
I like the game narrative, the gaming narrative, because it's relatable. You know, I think a lot of what's key in any field is it relatable, and the gaming narrative is not only relatable, but crypto can tap into the gaming industry, and I think it's viable. It's a viable connection.
Yes.
Crypto and gaming, it's a viable connection. Crypto can be implemented in games as a layer. There can be play to earn. You know, Grand Theft Auto, the new one, has got its own cryptocurrency, but it's a fake in-game one. But that's only the first step. The next game probably have the real crypto in it. Imagine that, Grand Theft Auto with real Bitcoin and fucking Ethereum and all that shit. That's amazing.
Oh, right?
Imagine paying prostitutes for real with real crypto.
Yes.
and then not getting the real thing.
Oh man. Right. I know. So if you look at the amount of money going into gaming every year, it's like 4 times more money is spent on gaming than on computers.
Yeah, I think what was it? I think I read the gaming industry is now something like 3 times the size of the movie industry. It's the biggest industry. One of the biggest industries now. The gaming industry is huge, and it's funny because I was saying to you earlier, I was always an early adopter, and when I was 13, 14, I was playing on online games. It was 1997, 1998, and I was playing online in the first online games. And if I told people, they'd be like, "Oh, you're a geek, you're this, you're that." But look at anyone now; they're all playing games online. Everyone plays Call of Duty or whatever else. I don't know. I don't play games anymore. Crypto's my game. Money's my game.
Yeah, right. I have kids, and that's what kind of got me into it because you know they are. There we go. Okay, I need to zoom out just a bit. My kids are always playing these games all the time.
Yeah.
You guys should get into crypto gaming and see what this is all about. And so, they have. And so that's what kind of initially got me into these gaming platforms.
I like watching the the gaming cinematics.
Right.
It interests me. It does interest. It does. I'm not saying that games do interest me. They still do. I was a massive gamer.
Yeah. So I just, I'm not necessarily as interested in being a big time gamer or anything. I just love the innovation and adoption going towards Web3 from Web 2 to Web 3. And I want to see its success and, be a part of that. It started out, I was just always a big DeFi guy. I was in almost every protocol on Terra Luna and all of the Cosmos ecosystem, really. Hanson ecosystem, the Avalanche ecosystem, the Moonbeam and Moon River, and just on and on and on.
I get it. I mean, I respect that, but I personally have always been a big trader. I love trading. I love the mindset. I love the lifestyle. I love understanding how to improve and building those habits and always focusing on what's coming next. And it's not about making the money. It's about getting it right. And it's about how well did I play it? And I track back and understand. I've never really been a massive DeFi guy because I find that and it's each to their own. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying
Right.
that I always found that it was just so time consuming and there was so much involved. And by the end of it, I wasn't able to make as much money on this. Some people do. Listen, it wasn't my bag. Some people do. If they've got that interest in it and they love it, they're going to put that effort in. But I didn't. I love trading, and if you haven't got that interest in trading, then I'll beat you. You know what I mean? You've got to have that interest in whatever you're doing for it to work.
That's right. I had Crypto Lifer on the channel almost a month ago, and he's a big trader. But I love watching him still. I follow a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
And it's the same. Same thing with trading. You got to really, if you're going to do it, you got to go all in and do it.
Yeah,
right.
We still cover all the DeFi stuff, and we cover all the airdrops as well for these new layer ones. I mean, we just had Arbitrum. We've got ZK Sync. We've done a thread earlier on today on the ZK Sync airdrop. Now you only had to spend $10 on Arbitrum, transferring money over, doing the tasks, and Panda made. He got 30,000 ARB. That's $30,000.
Yeah,
I have
a lot of friends
for doing the airdrops.
Yeah,
I got 4,500. But now, obviously, looking back, I wish I'd done more. But now everyone's saying that, Jesus Christ, I wish I'd done the Arbitrum airdrop. So now everyone's doing the ZK Sync airdrop. So anyone watching this now who wants free money, do the ZK Sync airdrop. There's a link. There's a thread on the Gem Hunters Twitter explaining what you have to do, what's involved, and on Wednesday we're going to be covering it on the Twitter Spaces.
I'm there.
If you're interested in free money, yeah, bro, I really enjoyed your chatting to you on Wednesday because you were very vocal and you just brought a new sort of dynamic to the table. And I was saying to you before that you are you, and I like that. I like meeting new people who've got their own personality. I enjoy that. Go on.
I love it. Yeah. So the ZK Sync, I need to do it. I haven't done it yet. I need to do what you got to do.
This Wednesday, we'll do a step-by-step tutorial on what, and we'll all do it together. And this is what I mean, bro. We look after each other. It's not about, there's no subscriptions to the Gem Hunters. There's no, well, you've got to pay a fee. We're in this together to the top. But I just want to mention quickly, as you see what happened with Twitter, Elon Musk just put a Doge fucking symbol on Twitter.
That's why Doge has been exploding. I just noticed Doge has been taking off.
About to say to you there, the market's dropping, but Doge just pumped. And now it's dropping again. So I'm just like, do you know what? I like Elon Musk, but I don't like what he's doing. What he's doing with Doge, because he's just doing it to make money. He's just doing it to make quick, easy money, and I reckon he's using the profits from that to fund his SpaceX. Oh, 2 years ago.
Yeah, Bruce did it 2 years ago.
Jesus Christ, Brucey.
Dang. So has there been snapshots yet for the ZK Sync?
No, it hasn't been taken yet. I don't think, Bruce. I think it's getting there though. It's getting there. It's not far off. So we're going to do it this Wednesday. I mean, look at Arbitrum. That didn't get taken till way after we done it. We covered it months and months and months. We were the first at the Gem Hunters to cover Arbitrum, the airdrop. Honestly,
yeah,
that's really interesting. That actually, you can make a lot of money from these airdrops. You know, a lot of money. You can make a fortune from these airdrops just by, and it costs you nothing.
Right.
But it is time consuming though.
It is.
And these layer ones are not operating perfectly. They're quite laggy and pretty. What's the word? They're not running properly. They're quite slow. I remember Arbitrum in the early days when I done the airdrop. It kept cutting out and failing transactions and just loads of issues with the chain.
Yeah, Yeah, and I guess there's some FUD coming at Arbitrum for this
Massive.
DAO vote.
Massive. So they were saying that Arbitrum was a consensus, was have a consensus mechanism, but now there's only there's only 3 big players that are going to vote, so it rules out the governance. So the governance is basically void.
Okay.
So the FUD is off the charts, as you can see.
Is it
so
legit FUD, would you say legit FUD, or are you concerned about Arbitrum now?
I sold Arbitrum yesterday.
Yeah.
And I only sold it because I think there's a pullback coming in the market. And when it does, listen, this is my prediction, right? I'm trading this right now. I just sold it. I just sold Ethereum and Bitcoin. Well, not my entire stack, but I sold a fair amount right inside resistance. So Ethereum 1825, 1830, Bitcoin sort of 28.4, 28.5. And what I'm expecting is a pullback for Bitcoin to 26K, 25.5, and Ethereum maybe 1600, 1650. And what's going to happen then is alts will get destroyed. I mean, you know what it's like, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Alts will amplify the move of Bitcoin and Ethereum times 5. So if Bitcoin goes down 10%, alts will drop fucking 50%, 40%.
Yeah. So do you think the sell in May walk away is going to be front run earlier, like this month?
Yeah. So I covered this in my last video actually on YouTube actually, and every single year, bar 2019 and 2020 was a bit of a funny one because you had the COVID crash and that just destroyed the whole market structure. But every single year, other than that, there's a sell in May and go away, and normally it's front run. So it's mid-April. So what are we now? The 3rd of April. So I'm like looking at me fucking watch now, thinking fucking hell. And listen, it doesn't mean it's going to be a dump and get out. It means if you've took profit, get ready to buy the dip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Normally the sell in May is a sell off and then we bounce, and by June we're back up again. So I wouldn't look at it I look at it as an opportunity more than anything else.
Yeah. So you're saying maybe not financial advice, but maybe it's a good time to take some profits and be ready to rebuy on a potential up and coming dip, possibly.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. I mean, definitely. Because what I can see happening is selling may go away, dip, and then we bounce, and then we break through resistance. Because you saw it last time on Bitcoin. We were sort of. Hang on a minute. I was just going to get a chart open now. If you open a Bitcoin chart really quick,
got it. And you can always share your screen at the bottom, and you can click presents. You can share your screen at any time. So okay, bring up the Bitcoin chart. Should I do the 7-day or 30-day, 90-day?
Do the 1 year.
1 year. Okay.
See, if you go back there to where see we bottomed. Go. That's it. Yeah. So we rallied there, didn't we? In January. So if you go, I'll tell you what, I'm going to share my screen.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I remember when 15.7, and we all thought that Solana was going to be shorted, but there was a short squeeze that pumped it. I remember at this.
Where do I share screen? Sorry.
Okay, you hit present at the bottom.
Oh, got it.
Hit present, and then you can just share your whole screen, however, which way you want to do it.
There we go. Yeah. Okay, so what I'll do is give you a little idea. Let me talk you through this. This is what I've been doing. This is my sort of last kind of 6-7 months. This is how I played the bear market. So when we came down here in March 2022, I didn't think Bitcoin was going to drop below the 27K level.
Yeah.
That's sort of there. That's sort. It's where we're at now. Actually, it's that resistance level now. So the level where we are at now, I didn't think Bitcoin was going to drop through here, but we did. So it's not a massive deal. What I did was, once we got confirmation of us dropping, I then sold, and I was in Ethereum mostly, if I'm honest with you now. So I sold all my Ethereum 1,500 down to 1,400, and then I bought back into Ethereum at 1K. But I can use Bitcoin as a reference to show you what I'm talking about. So for the first time in history, Bitcoin dropped below the 200-day moving average on the weekly. So if you look here, the 200-day has always acted as support.
Right.
And the price only ever dropped, like wicked through. It never closed below, ever. Yep. But for the first time ever, it closed below. And then we came back up, and then we closed above for 1 week. But that's why it's really important you close above for multiple weeks for confirmation. And then we came back down and double bottomed. Now, every single cycle was a double bottom. In the last cycle, this market structure that we're seeing now, it's exactly the same as the last cycle, but it's happening twice as fast in this cycle. So let me show you that the time from there to there was 3 months in this cycle, right? But in the last cycle, it was 6 months. Now, this area here is 2.5 months, but here it was 5 months. So it's exactly the same, but it's happening twice as fast. Now, if that's all the same, then what happened was here, I took profit here all the way up, but a bit early, if I'm honest with you. And I was a bit worried about this rally because I was calling it a rip your face off rally. Yeah. And so we came back here, and I've made a video, and that was my target. I got back in there, and then I've rode it all the way up, and I've took some profit. But there's my issue now is I think that we're gonna retest this 200-day moving average. So my trade plan right now is, if anyone's looking to get into the market now, then I would look for this. This is the area you want to look at, the 200-day moving average. And I'm looking for the retest of that. And then what I'm going to plan for is a bounce off there, and then we break resistance, because there's only one way this market's going long term, and that is up. So there's two things that I'm looking at right now, and that is the sell in May. If it happens, is that 200-day gonna happen? Gonna hold? So that the two things people need to look at right now, the most important things. Is there going to be a sell in May? If there is this level going to hold? If it holds and we confirm, I would long. If it breaks, I would short. So that is the area right there. That is the golden zone where people need to look at, because in the next couple of weeks, we're going to see, is there going to be a sell in May and go away? And I'm looking at that 200-day moving average, and that is the key, the absolute key level. And I think it's really important to break everything down into simple terms and understand, what are my trigger points? Where am I going to carry out a trade? Be 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of the market. Look at anyone. Look at anyone. They're behind the market. They're chasing behind. The market pumps. The market pumps, they buy. The market drops, they sell. It's too late. You need to be ahead at all times.
And one thing we've seen in the past too is when we have a meme coin explosion, That's an indicator of the next downturn in the market.
Do you know what? It's a good shout. That I like that. I like that. It is. You know, because same thing happened in 2018. We had this crazy years ago when Bitcoin was stable, alts used to rally like crazy, right? This was years ago. And if Bitcoin went up, alts got destroyed. If Bitcoin went down, alts got destroyed.
Yeah.
But when Bitcoin was stable, alts used to rally. And between July 2018 and November, the market was just flatlining. I've never seen it since flatlined so hard. And we made so much fucking money. And honestly, it was the best period. If you asked me now, when was the best period of crypto for you? It was July to November 2018. Fucking best time.
Yes. I got into Dragon Chain on KuCoin. It was launched on KuCoin. I put in like a couple $100 or something, maybe 300 or something like that. And it went all the way up to $28,000. And then I rode it all the way down without taking a single cent of profit. Now it's like zero.
You call that round tipping or around the world?
Oh my gosh. And it didn't last, you know, and Disney got out of there.
Yeah, isn't it strange? Isn't it strange? Disney got a lot of FUD over that. It was pretty harsh.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a lot of players come into this space over the last few years. I mean, Busta Rhymes, Akon, you had what's his name now, who's just boxing, who lost to Fingio Fury, Jake Paul.
Oh,
he just got done by the SEC for creating NFTs and not even backing it up. He's a scammer, mate. They're all scammers. They're all scammers, mate. They've all come in just for a piece of the pie. But Busta Rhymes, it's crazy. Some of these, you know, I best not FUD too much in case you get a fucking law case on a lawsuit on my ass. Careful what I fucking say.
And you would think that their reputation would mean more to them, you know, when they're doing things like that.
Unbelievable. And you look at these people who made all this money, and they all like, you know what, bro? Human greed is unlimited. It's the only thing. It's our biggest weakness. And I think a lot of people coming into the space early on, it's their greed that trips them up. If you're able to control that greed early on, and you're able to be consistent and not let that greed, because it'll be the greed that gets you. It'll be the greed. And that's what stops you from being consistent, because you think, oh, I might be able to just make it on this one coin. I might be able to make $1 million. And you've got to be... Yeah, I like that. I like that. Beaver DFK. It's funny that, bro. You've got to be consistent. So it's, for me, you were saying before about DCAing in, scaling out. But you've got to be consistent with that. And then you've got to compile the profits, and you've got to rinse and repeat. So my favorite strategy for low caps, just to give you a bit of a, while we're talking about all the investing side of things, is if you've got like $10,000 available, I would only put $1,000 into a low cap. But I would wait until I get the right opportunity. I'd identify an opportunity. You see people, they ape, in, out. That's bullshit. Bullshit. You're never gonna make money doing that. What you need to do is wait like a shark, and you have to smell and sense those opportunities. And when they come, when you put $1,000 in, and then what you do is, when this low cap goes to ×2, you take your initial out. Then you've got the same amount of money that you put in there initially, still in there, but you've got your money back. And then when it goes ×3, 4, 5, 6, I would take 20% off the table each time. And then you've got 20% left in the bag, and that's your moon bag. Then what I do is I make a spreadsheet. I make a note of the project and forget about it. And then once a month, check the spreadsheet. How are these projects doing? How are my moon bags? And then I just go back to the charts. I want to keep watching, because what happens is people don't do this. They hold and hope, and then they have like 20 projects, and then they're like this on their phone, checking their phone every 5 minutes on all the charts. It's all noise. It's all bullshit. And you're like that. And this is why I'm saying formulate a strategy, a process that actually works.
Yeah.
And create all these good habits and be disciplined, and it all comes together in harmony, and then that becomes your lifestyle. And then this, how you manage your investments in crypto will affect you in the real world, and that will keep you level. But if you're crazy, if you're aping and cheating into all kinds of fucking shit in the real world, you'll be mental. You'll be like fucking up and down like a yo-yo. But if you've got a level head in crypto, you'll be good. And it works both ways. You can't. And also, if you've got like a crazy job, kids running around, a crazy lifestyle, you're gonna bring that into crypto. You'll bring it all into this space, and you'll lose money.
Yep.
So,
you'll get wrecked. So, and you're kind of talking about like if someone's got a big chunk of change on the side, like 10 grand, it's a different strategy versus, let's say you're in a boat where you get 20 bucks here, 50 bucks there, 100 bucks here, 100 bucks there, you know? So if you're going to take the dollar cost average approach, you have to just find the projects you believe in and you dollar cost average, and not do what you said as far as like looking at your phone all day, every day, watching the charts. You know, that they're two different scenarios here. So, and it's like, if you want to trade and be a trader, you really got to follow a guy right here. We've got him. He's right here on the screen, boys and girls. That's him. You got to learn a strategy and follow it and be serious and be all in and focus and work hard at it.
100%. And do you know what I compare it to? I always say master the basics, because it'll only ever be the basics that trip you up. Now, if imagine, you know, the gym, I've been working out for a couple of years now. I've been going to the gym for a couple of years, right? And the first thing I understood was how to build muscle, how to create routine, how to process, how to formulate a process, how to build a strategy. And here's the basics, right? Sleep is the absolute most important thing before anything else. Forget working out, forget everything. Sleep is the first thing. Number 2 is food, nutrients, protein. There's no point working out if you don't get any protein. You can't build muscle. So you have to eat the protein. You have to space it out throughout the day. Number 3 is then working out, targeting different muscle groups, progressively overloading, your rest days, blah, blah, blah. This is all the basics, right? Now, how many people go to the gym and don't even fucking know this? Most people. Most people go in the gym and they just smash everything and hope for the fucking best. Guess what? They're doing the same thing with crypto. They're coming into crypto, throwing their fucking money in, smashing everything and hoping for the best. They're doing exactly the same.
Yep.
And there's so many things that line up with crypto, that line up with working out. Like these trading gurus are just like fitness gurus. They lure you in the same way. Fitness gurus are on Instagram with their muscles out. They take steroids, and they tell you, I can make you look like me in no time. Trading gurus drive around in Lamborghinis. They're on yachts. They've got all the pussy and drugs, alcohol. Wolf of Wall Street, innit?
Yes.
But that is not the lifestyle of a trader. A trader's lifestyle is very humble. It's very basic. It's very streamlined. They try to find value in all areas of their life. And what I say to people who are coming into this space, new people or anyone who's been around and still struggling, is just get the basics right and build that platform, build that foundation, because that is what you're going to build everything else on. And if that isn't solid, it'll just keep falling down. Whatever you build on it will just keep falling down. So get the basics right, because it only ever be the basics that trip you up. and everything else will come in time naturally. So yeah, I think it's really interesting, and I love studying the markets and the economy. And it as I said, every single day there's something new happening, and I'm on the edge of my seat. And honestly, bro, I'm a bit anxious at the moment. It's just so much fucking shit going on, isn't there? Banks folding, exchanges going bust, scammers coming out left, right, and center. I mean, every day, Sam Bankman-Fried's got a new fucking new action against him or whatever he's done. He's been bribing officials, hasn't he? So he's been done for that today. Tomorrow it'll be something else.
It's crazy.
Mental, mate. I'll
tell you what, man. I love it. I love it. Are there any other projects or anything else at all you want to talk about?
I think to finish this off, because it's been 2 hours now, and I'm sort of starting to flag. I've caught my little boy's cold, and it's just hit. It's just starting to hit. I know. Going to Dubai actually on the 7th of this month.
You are?
Yeah, going Dubai. Yeah, I'm hopefully going to meet up with a couple of friends over there. Mando, you know Mando.
Yeah. Where did I see that name? I saw it somewhere.
On Twitter, probably. I'll send you a link in a bit. But he's over there. He lives on the Palm.
Oh.
Well, I'm meeting up with Mando and doing a few other things. I've been booking a few other things, but that'll be exciting. But I'll keep you updated on that. It should be a laugh. I'll hopefully be sharing the journey on Twitter with all the rest of the guys.
I love it. Are you thinking about moving out there?
Personally, no.
Okay.
Because I've got a little boy. But it's interesting. So to finish this off, check out the Gem Hunters. We've got a team of guys. Everyone has their own role. Everyone focuses on different areas. We've got an amazing community, one of the oldest low cap communities in the entire space. We do Twitter Spaces on a Wednesday. Every single Wednesday, we do Twitter Spaces. And any support that you need, it's all completely free. It's absolutely free. So the best thing you can do if you want to learn or want to progress is put yourself in a community with people who've been through multiple cycles, with people who've already made that fuck you money, because they've been through the journey that you're on, and they can, take off. They can blunt on the learning curve. They can't do it for you, but they can blunt on the learning curve. So yeah, good stuff, brother. And if you want to come on the Gem Hunters podcast, you can do that. If you can come on sometime once I'm back from Dubai, if you fancy it, bro.
I'm game. You just tell me to jump, and I'll say how high. When I see you hitting me up, all in the world will stop, and I will be hitting you up. I will be hitting you up. Okay. So, I mean, anything, if there's anything I can ever do to help you, be a blessing to you, I'm here.
I really appreciate it.
Baby.
Listen, I've already said multiple times, I think you're a great character. I think you're real. And I wish you all the best. And bro, I'll keep bouncing off you, and any alpha I'll throw your way, and vice versa. And I'm there for you and the community, and together to the top, isn't it?
Yes. I'm going to be following you in your Telegram, on your Twitter. Everybody do the same. I've got the link right here in the chat. It'll be in the description below as well. I'm going to add this link. Okay, this link is not in the description below. I'm going to add that. Be sure to follow this guy. Good stuff going. He's out there looking for that next crypto gem out there. That's what they do. And he's a trader, and I think he's solid. He's got both. The Gem Hunters has their own YouTube channel, okay, as well as this man personally has his own YouTube channel, okay? And so it's right. Let me see here if I can. Where'd it go? Where'd you go? Here you are. So you have your own Twitter. Gem Hunters has a Twitter. Then you also have your own YouTube channel, okay, right here. So this is in the description below. I'm going to be adding those other links if you're coming in later to watch this. I love you guys.
Really appreciate it.
Is it Bit Shaman?
Yeah.
Bit
Shaman. Yeah, it's a funny one, isn't it? Listen, to finish this off, that wasn't actually my choice of name. What happened was, before the Gem Hunters in late 2017, we had a community called the Contrarian Whales, and that was what I named the community. And the idea is loads of small fish came together and combined, we were a whale that worked. But we weren't. We were fucking broke as fuck. That was just a name. And the Gem Hunters was just a side community that was just supposed to be there to help people out, but it was never taken serious. But it blew up. It blew up, and the Contrarian Whales became a fucking subgroup. And then I needed an alias to be in there, so Bit Shaman was just I made it on the spot, and now it's sort of stuck. Everyone knows me as Shammy. Everyone knows me as Shammy.
Shammy.
But I just keep Bit Shaman because, bro, that's been the journey. That I've been on a massive journey, bro, and it's always been Bit Shaman. So I thought, I can't change my fucking name. I've come this fucking far. You know what I mean?
Look at this. You got a TikTok in here? I need to get on TikTok again.
I haven't even been on my TikTok for a week or so.
Okay.
It's TikTok's. It's a funny one, TikTok, because you've got to make content especially for TikTok, because it's all portrait. It's all portrait, the view. So it's fucking, and it's a different audience, if I'm honest with you, bro. It's a different audience. Everyone's talking about XRP and Adder and fucking Tron. I'm like, stay poor. Stay fucking poor.
I'll tell you what, man. What do you think of this XRP lawsuit? They gonna win? Let's go.
I think it's good for crypto. I think I'm with XRP because I think the result is going to be for crypto. So I'm not sitting here saying, oh, I hope XRP lose, because it'd be a loss for crypto. So I hope they win. I mean, I'm not anti-XRP.
Sure.
I hope they win. But what I'm trying to say is we need to be finding these new, the next XRPs, don't we? You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's where the money is.
That's
where
right.
the money is. The next XRPs. So it's finding those low caps where the money is.
That's right.
But we're trying to be informative. We're not saying buy this now. We're just saying we are buying this. You make your own decision. But our track record speaks for itself.
Yes. Okay. Man, keep up the good work. I'm going to be on Twitter Spaces on Wednesday.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
I can't wait. And I think it's like in the US, it's like midday, right? It's around noon or 1, maybe.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, we try to find a happy medium, because in Europe it's getting quite late, but in the US it's sort of a bit early. I mean, I could push it forward a little bit, but it's hard because Eastern Europe, everyone's going to bed. So it's like Turkey is the most crypto adopted country on the planet. Did you know that, bro?
No.
How crazy is that? So there's more people per how can I say this? There's more people per population or the most population in the entire world in Turkey adopted crypto out of any other country. It's amazing, isn't it? Unbelievable.
That's amazing. I knew that.
Wouldn't think so, would you?
Their dollar was wrecked, and so they all ran to Bitcoin
massively.
And that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah. That's why.
That's like, I don't have enough Bitcoin to even want to take profits right now because I'm broke as a joke. I've got a little Bitcoin, a little Ethereum, and it's like
what you need to do, bro.
Yeah.
What you need to do is get projects on and just say there's a small fee for the time and for the production and blah blah blah, and just charge $500, $600, whatever per project. Then you're getting something out of it. But you're also getting the exposure from the project coming on, and they'll do that, bro. They'll pay a small fee because they're getting exposure, and you're putting that effort in, and your time is worth something as well, isn't it, bro?
Yeah, I know, but it's hard for me to do that. I'm gonna have to figure out a way that fits with my ethos, because And I'm sure I'll be able to monetize this someday.
I'm not saying fucking scam them. I'm just charge a small fee and make it, make it so it's not, a couple $100 or something, or a few $100, and because that's going to be a way for you to generate revenue whilst you do something that you actually enjoy. I can see I can see you love this, bro. You love this, don't you?
Yeah, I could do this all day long. Nonsense.
You're streaming for 8 hours a fucking day. I couldn't do it. Because I shout, you see. I shout. So my voice box is like, fucking stop.
I know. Same. That does happen. And all of a sudden I just like hit a brick wall and it's like,
Same. I'm getting there now.
Yeah. Well, you got to go to bed. Let's go. People, be sure to follow the Gym Hunters. They're the bomb. They're hilarious. They give you life in a different flavor that you don't see anywhere else. These guys are so fun. Can't wait to get ChainID on the channel and Alt Father. This week, we got a whole bunch more coming on the channel this week. I love you guys. Like, subscribe, bell button. Get on Gym Hunters. Like, subscribe, bell button. Follow these guys on Twitter. Follow HaMaN, baby. Guys, awesome. More to come. More to come, baby. We're going to do more in the future. I can't wait. I love this guy. HaMaN, a.k.a.
Adam.
Well, no. What do they call you? Shami?
Shami.
HaMaN, a.k.a.
I thought you asked me what the name was there.
You're good. You're good. I love you guys. We're out. Have a good day. Be blessed. I'm so pumped for what's coming.
Cheers, Brady. Cheers, Brady.
Love you, man. Love you guys.